Hi, how are you? It's Travis in here, and welcome back to our adventures with the Hardcore Warrior. Today, we are back in Tanaris, and we will be questing here today. I think we're going to try to get one more level before we
be good.
Try to get into a Zul'Farrak. I think 48 would be a nice time to jump in there. We could probably go in now at 47, but
welcome to Tanaris, adventure.
We have to tank.
How can I be of service
I
to
think,
you today? You don't look like a blacksmith.
48 would be a bit better.
But I know how looks can be deceiving.
All right, so we have a few quests to do here. We have more Wastewander Justice. Kind of worried about this one. Shadow Mages and the Rogues are a little dangerous. And then we also have Pirate Hats Ahoy and South Sea Shakedown. Try to get these completed today. Well, at least one, hopefully. Hope you guys are doing well today. I am doing pretty good. A new game has done pretty damn well. It's called Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It's a role-playing game, turn-based. Interesting mechanic where you can dodge and parry attacks as well. So it's turn-based, but you can. There's a little bit of action as well. It's not just like, you just click an ability like in Pokemon, it does it. There's a little bit of defense and reaction time involved. Just kind of interesting. I've never played a turn-based game like that. I wonder how we're doing here. I want to make sure before we charge in that I'm not going to be pulling anything else. Like I don't want to pull a rogue too, right? Let's get ourselves a food buff. Yeah, it's called Clair Obscur Expedition 33. It got a 9.6 out of 10 score on Metacritic. It's like one of the highest scores all time for a game. I will see if it can hold that. But that's it's interesting to see. Wow, the side's getting wrecked. Okay, never mind. I didn't know it would be in that hard. Okay. Whirlwind Axe for the win. Yeah, it's pretty cool. Just checking it out. Story's based in France, I believe. The team that made the game is the French studio by the name of Sandfall Interactive. Never heard of them before. But it's always good to hear, studios, like small studios making good games. Sold over 1 million copies so far. I think it's been out for like a week. And they had like over 120,000 people playing on Steam at one time. Let's try this again. Gotta make sure. They're gonna kick this time around. Pull them back a little bit. There we go. Yeah, it's exciting. New game out. Sounds like it's pretty good. I haven't played like a turn-based RPG in ages. I think the last one I played was probably like Final Fantasy. I think we're okay here. Kick the what the heck? Kick the Shadow Bolt. Immolates us. I'll make sure this guy doesn't run into any more people. Immolate's friggin' doing a lot of damage. Let's have a bite to eat. A little worried here. If we pulled like 3 mobs there with the Warlock, we would have got wrecked. That Immolate does a lot. I think that's probably what you want to kick over the Shadow Bolt. There's a rogue right there. Good thing we could see him. And I was thinking about this. Bethesda releasing, you know, the remake of, you know, Oblivion. Think about all the other remakes they can do now, since that's successful. You know, the Fallout franchise could have a bunch. You know, there's New Vegas, Fallout 3. Like, they have a plethora of games that they can remake and just, you know, take advantage of nostalgia. Spawn rate here is pretty quick. Yeah, I think we're going to start seeing, like, the next 5 years, a bunch of remakes from Bethesda games. It worked great for Blizzard. Problem with Blizzard, though, is they've kind of ran out of their nostalgia package. It's kind of done now. You know, they released, you know, Diablo 2 Resurrected, or the remake, whatever you want to call it. StarCraft 1 got remastered. Warcraft 3, Warcraft 2, Warcraft 1 came out with classic WoW. Like they kind of ran out of nostalgia. They can't really benefit off of that anymore. But it was smart, though. They benefited off of it, and then they sold the company. And they were still having a rough time because of all the, like, negative publicity that came up. I think we'll be okay here. So we get done with the Shadow Mages, I'm going to be pretty happy. They're the ones that are, I think, the biggest pain in the ass. Especially for really anybody. Just annoying to deal with. It says we're in combat. Just want to eat this cheese. Yeah, once we hit 48, we'll get back into Zul'Farrak. And I heard this thing about alliance questing today, like how people say like most of it is just a build up to Onyxia for vanilla, and that's true. It's pretty damn true. Didn't realize that until you like really like zoom out and think about it. You know, Westfall is pretty much all about Onyxia because the Stonemasons and the Defias Brotherhood are connected to it. The Onyxia attunement is you know, pretty much all aligned on Onyxia, obviously. I know, and I noticed this too when I did the Onyxia attunement on my Mage. Never done it before, but it's way more aligned to Onyxia than the attunement for on the Horde side. Like pretty much all of the Alliance's problems, or majority of them, are connected to Onyxia some way or another. Like in Red Ridge, they don't have. Oh wow! Look at these two rogues right there. That's scary. In Red Ridge, they're not able to get help, and there's Black Dragonflight attacking them as well. In Red Ridge, and they're not able to get help because of what's going on in Westfall. And then the Alliance kind of bails on Westfall too. And then Duskwood doesn't get any help. So Alliance, pretty much because of Onyxia, the Alliance decides to just like, turtle inside of Stormwind. I think we can pull this through. Even if we pulled the other road, I think we'd be fine, maybe. You need to watch out, though, for this guy who walks around. I forgot his name. Maybe I should have got his quest. It's up here. Isn't it Khalif Scorpion Sting? He patrols around here with a couple rogues. There he is right there. Another rogue. Yeah, Bethesda's finally realizing that they can milk nostalgia for the next 5 years and do just fine. I wonder if they'll release Elder Scrolls 6 now. Maybe they'll just be like, you know what? We'll just focus on nostalgia, and then we'll save Elder Scrolls 6 for later, because they know that game's going to be an instant success. Even if the game's bad, it'll sell. People will just be like, you know what? Skyrim was one of the best RPGs of all time. So they'll most likely just, do well on that. That's why they're kind of holding on to it, I think, for as long as they can. Like, it was announced, I don't know, maybe 5 years ago, wasn't it? Elder Scrolls 6. I think they probably scrapped it. And supposedly, their studio doesn't use Unreal Engine. They have like their own engine. So they've had to I've heard this, like they had to outsource a studio for the Oblivion game that, is good at using Unreal Engine. So that's probably why we haven't really seen like, all these new remasters of games, because they just their studio doesn't really work with Unreal. It's called like Unreal 5 engine, I believe. Yeah. Yeah, I don't think they use it. I've heard that. I don't know if this is true. Rogue right here. Yeah, it's called Creation Engine that they use. It's an in-house engine that they use for all their, Bethesda RPGs. But there's been speculation that they might use Unreal 5 for future projects, but we'll see. Just- Yeah, bad guys. Forgot the name of this game. Starfield? That game didn't do too well. It did well. It sold well. Came out in 2023, but got a lot of like negative reviews. What's this guy doing? I don't want to take it. He just needed the Shadow Mage. It's supposed to be my last Shadow Mage. Just stole it from me, but at least I got the chest. And some pumpkins. We got some cheese, too. There's our final Shadow Mage here. Won't be able to kick that. Can I kick that? Barely cleaved at all there. That was brutal. Might be in a little bit of trouble here. Not really. Okay. Alright, so let's get a food buff. Then we just have to focus on assassins now and rogues. Mage is such a great class, man. I think they're pretty much the... I think warrior is the god class eventually, but like mage is just good throughout the entirety of the game. Like even at level 1, mage is amazing. Like warrior, it takes time, you know, you have to like slowly get your abilities. As you get gear, you get a lot stronger. Warriors are just really gear reliant. Once they get gear, they become pretty much gods. Or like the best class, you could say, damage wise. Yeah, I was kind of worried about this quest. We're doing all right. I'm just worried about like you can't see, you know, the rogues, and then you just mistakenly pull like, I don't know, 3 to 4 rogues and you just die. Like that can easily happen, right? This mage is level 44, so that could happen to him potentially. Good thing is a lot of them just stand still. They're not really patrolling around, but some are. Was that Khalif Scorpion's thing? Yeah, he just got killed. I don't think we could kill him. Oh, we probably can. With retaliation, I think it's probably possible. Just need one more rogue and then some assassins. Any rogues here? There's a rogue there. Final rogue. Another rogue there. We'll be getting into dungeons again soon. We'll be doing a little bit of Zul'Farrak spamming until we get what we want out of it. Which is completion of all these quests. Except for Gazrilla. If we don't get Gazrilla done, it's fine. But every other quest we want to complete, and then there's some gear we want to get inside there. And then after that, we can move on to... We can go to Ultimate, maybe. Might go there, might not. But after Zul'Farrak, we can kind of move on a bit. Maybe maybe check out Maradon. I'm a little worried about Maradon and Uldaman. Like, those dungeons don't really feel like dungeons. They're sort of like raids, in my opinion. They're very long. And it's easy to make a mistake. Maradon's also not very melee friendly. It's not bad if you're range, but if you're melee, you can get wrecked. A lot of shadow mages here. Oh, look at that. An iron deposit. Got to 175 mining. Yeah, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. A game I've never heard of. I didn't even know it was coming out. It just like comes out of nowhere. It's just like, boom. Game of the year. You know what I mean? It's going to be up for Game of the Year. With a score like 9.6 out of 10, like, it has to be up for Game of the Year. It's a high score. I think the user score is 9.3. It's still pretty damn high. We're just looking for assassins. Where's the most assassins down here? Yeah, we got a rogue on us. One nice thing about having a mount, you kind of run away from stuff now. It's pretty awesome. Could not do that before. Oh, look at that, another iron deposit. We'll check that out. I seen this post. Why is Horde objectively superior in leveling? I've only played, this guy says he's only played Alliance and specifically hardcore since I died on my 45 priest. I decided to have a change of scenery and made an orc hunter. I guess he's seen how I guess you could say efficient Horde leveling can be. So he says, what do you mean I don't have to balance 3 different zones at level 20? So I guess he means, you know, Redridge Mountain, Duskwood. I guess you could say the starting zones too would be one of them, and Westfall. You could even say 4. What do you mean there are convenient flight paths everywhere? Yeah, that's one thing. You know, the Horde does have. Is that Khalif? Is that Khalif over there? No. But yeah, the Horde does have like better flight paths, especially the one in STV. Like having Grumgall flight path in the middle of Stranglethorn Vale is really nice. I would agree that their flight paths are better. There's a rogue there. Need some cheese. What do you mean all quests are located in a single huge zone? And that's just referring to the Barrens. You can literally sit in that zone from, I'd say 13 all the way to like potentially 30. It's kind of crazy. But after 30, it becomes the same. Like the Alliance and sort of the same. Flight paths are clearly different, but Relatively the same, both factions. Just the beginning is different. I'd say the first like 35% of the leveling process is different. What are you around here? No? Okay, good. Oh wow, there's a rogue right there. I think we're level 47. That's why this place is dangerous, man. Oh, we pulled the rogue. Do I have to use... Okay, we're just gonna use it. Got time for this crap. Don't want to die. Now we don't have it, though. So... no more charging in. And it looks like we're not fighting Khalif Scorpid Sting today. And there he is. Imagine he just spawned on top of me, dude. Probably would have died. There's an assassin over there. Try to pull the assassin. Just gonna range pull. I don't know if there's anything around there. Another rogue there. Rogue here. Kill the rogue. It's these rogues that are a pain here. That's why you die here. It's all the rogues. There's 2 rogues standing next to Khalif too. I think we need to have retaliation to kill him. Or a lot of rage, one or the other. You have to be able to start the fight with sweeping strikes. I think we can pull here. Then we just need one more assassin and we're done. Oh, see, rogue, troll. Lens going up. Just run around for a bit here. Look for the final assassin. There we go. Khalif's going on his walk with his 2 rogue buddies. That's the final assassin right there. Anything around here? I think we can charge. Hey, there we go. We'll head back and turn this quest in. And get rid of some junk in our bags. We got a lot of patterns today. Pattern tough scorpion helm, leatherworking 250 helmet pattern. Bunch of leatherworking patterns. Tough scorpion shoulders, tough scorpion helm, and tough scorpion braces. Pretty much the whole set. Almost. And there's clearly a sandstorm going on today in Tanaris, so it's a little bit harder to see, I guess you could say. I forget what the #1 game on Metacritic is. Like the all-time... like the all-time highest score. All games. Disco Elysium, 97. That's insane. So Disco Elysium, yeah, got 97. It's the highest scored game on Metacritic. Grand Theft Auto 5 got 96. Half-Life 2, 96. Bunch of games got 96. Well, not too many. BioShock, 95 or 6. Yeah, 6. Half-Life 1, 96. So Half-Life is like considered an amazing series. I never played it. The Orange Box, it's another like Half-Life set game. 96. Elden Ring got 96. Baldur's Gate 3, 96. And this new game got a 9.6. You know, Clair Obscur Expedition 33. That's kind of crazy. I think they've been tracking games for like 2 decades now, so it's kind of rare to get a score like that.
Yo!
More Wastewander
Top-notch
Justice.
work, adventurer. Top-notch. You've thinned down the nomad population to a point where we can actually take the fight to them. If you haven't already, talk to Spigot operator Luglunket here. He gives a bounty on any of the Wastewander water pouches
we
you
need
may
to
have
start
run
over.
across while bringing those nomads to justice.
All right, so we'll sell some of this junk.
Be good.
We're at 17 gold already. Could save our gold and use it for dual spec. I don't even know if we really need dual spec, but
Hey, how you doing?
I could get more of a... I could get more of a,
Have a good one.
you know, tank, like sword and board tank spec, I guess we could do. Which is nice to have. It's probably what I would do with it. The thing is, it costs 50 gold. So it's going to take us some time to do that while we, you know, level up and also spend gold on, you know, our abilities. Yeah, guys, going to call this episode here. Next episode, probably head down to South Sea Shakedown and try to do this quest. There's also Khalif Scorpion Sting and Andre Firebeard quest. Khalif Scorpion Sting, I think we could try if we have retaliation. If we have retaliation, why not, right? I think we could potentially handle it. There's Khalif and then there's the 2 rogues. But I'd want to build up rage as well. We don't want to just go in. There's no rage. You want to go in, you know, thunderclap, sweeping strikes, demo shout, and just demo shout, retaliation, just wreck them. Because we could die. They're pretty tough. Especially, I think at this level it's pretty tough. But we'll see. That's going to be the end of today's episode, guys. As always, thanks for watching. Keep your heads up. Later.